Alcatraz, one of the most infamous prisons in American history, officially closed its doors as a federal penitentiary on March 21, 1963. While many associate the closure with dramatic escapes and dangerous inmates, the real reasons behind the shutdown were far more practical and financial. First and foremost, the cost of operating Alcatraz was incredibly high. Located on an isolated island in the middle of San Francisco Bay, everything needed to be brought in by boat: food, supplies, fuel, water, and even staff. This made day-to-day operations extremely expensive. Compared to other federal prisons on the mainland, it cost nearly 3 times more per prisoner to run Alcatraz. In an era when the government was trying to reduce expenses and streamline operations, this was a major issue. Secondly, the infrastructure of the prison was rapidly deteriorating. Built originally in the 19th century as a military fortress and later converted into a federal prison in 1934, Alcatraz's buildings were old, corroded by the salty sea air, and in need of constant repair. By the early 1960s, it was clear that major renovations would be required to keep the facility running safely. These repairs would have cost millions of dollars, and officials decided that it wasn't worth the investment. Another key factor was the changing philosophy around incarceration. During the 1960s, the U.S. Justice Department began to shift away from maximum security isolation and toward rehabilitation and reintegration of inmates. Alcatraz, known for its strict rules and harsh conditions, didn't fit this new model. It was more of a symbol of punishment than reform, and many saw it as outdated. Also, environmental concerns played a role. Alcatraz dumped untreated waste directly into the bay, raising red flags about its impact on the local environment. As awareness of pollution and conservation grew in the 1960s, this became yet another reason to close the facility. Finally, the prison had gained a certain notoriety that both fascinated and troubled the public. Famous inmates like Al Capone and the Birdman of Alcatraz gave the prison a kind of legendary status, but it also raised questions about whether such a high-profile prison should remain open. In the end, the U.S. government determined that the costs, both financial and symbolic, outweighed the benefits of keeping Alcatraz operational. The prisoners were transferred to other federal facilities, and Alcatraz Island was turned over to the General Services Administration. Later, it became a National Historic Site, attracting millions of visitors each year who come to learn about its rich and complex